Yes, Leica made watches, and it actually makes more sense than you think. Hello, welcome to Swiss Watch King, the channel where I show you watches beyond the big groups and beyond the most popular brands here on YouTube. Leica, the brand that gave the world its first 35mm camera and changed photography forever, has also ventured into the world of horology a few years ago. And today we'll talk about the latest watches, the Leica ZM11 series. This isn't just some luxury brand trying to slap a logo on a watch. Leica's journey into watchmaking has deep historical roots that will captivate anyone who appreciates fine watches. For watch enthusiasts who love a good story, let's start with an intriguing detail. From 1858 to 1863, Ernst Leitz, the man who founded Leica, was originally a watchmaking mechanic apprentice in Neuchâtel. Later he went out to found the Ernst Leitz company in 1870. Yes, you heard it right. Before he created a company that would redefine photography, Leitz honed his craft in precision mechanics. In 1863, the 20-year-old Ernst Leitz I started his journey into precision mechanics by learning from renowned German clockmaker and inventor Matthias Hipp in Neuchâtel, Switzerland. This experience was pivotal in shaping Leitz's expertise in serial production, focusing on the intricate fields of watchmaking, timing, and also telegraphy. It laid the groundwork for the craftsmanship that would later revolutionize photography with Leica. Leica's leap into watchmaking may seem unexpected to some, but it makes actually perfect sense when you think about it. Both luxury watches and cameras involve incredibly fine mechanical work, a keen eye for design, and a desire to preserve craftsmanship in an age where everything is turning digital. Leica's foray into watches with its ZM11 series isn't about trends, it's about taking the same obsessive attention to detail that they apply to their cameras and extending it into another form of art. Leica revolutionized photography by inventing the 35mm camera, the Leica I in 1925, making high-quality portable cameras accessible for professionals and enthusiasts alike. Stepping away from big, bulky cameras, which need a healthy measure of strength to carry around and operate. This breakthrough in precision engineering allowed photographers to capture the world in a way that no one had before. I had the pleasure of being at the launch of the ZM11 collection when I was invited to see what they're creating over in Wetzlar, Germany. As an owner of a Leica Q3, it was a game changer for me to see the manufacturing facilities and especially the archives over at Leica. That's where I fell for the brand more and more. And the watches didn't disappoint either. As a certified watch geek, I've seen the ZM1 and ZM2 models before. Their dials intrigued me and the beautifully designed movements as well. I was eager to learn more about their designs and especially what drove Leica to create them. But those watches seemed a bit more tamed, from a design perspective for sure, and a bit more on the conservative side, aside from some inventive mechanical features they had. I'm really happy with the way the ZM11 turned out, especially the subtle nods to photography the watch hides throughout the design. The collection was launched with 3 models, all which I have here to take under the lens. The launch edition with the special black dial in titanium, the midnight blue in stainless steel, as well as my personal favorite, the coffee black version, which also comes in a titanium case. The concept of buying one of these models is very similar to the way you would purchase a camera from Leica. You choose the body, in this case which dial, and afterwards you also pick which strap or bracelet you want to purchase with your watch. As a professional photographer myself, it was a real pleasure to put on a Leica watch and go around Zurich to take some photos of it with my personal Leica Q3. I kinda felt complete, as weird as this might sound. Wearing a Leica watch while using a Leica camera, I don't think it can get geekier than this, to be honest. It felt like the perfect match, seeing how the dial behaves in daylight, and of course I had to take some photos of it. Especially with the awesome low aperture capabilities of the Q3, it's always a pleasure. The Leica ZM11 was designed by Markus Ellinger, a cool guy and a veteran in this space, the same person who designed the H. Morse & C Streamliner, Pioneer and Endeavour, IWC Big Pilot in 1999, and the IWC Portuguese Reference 5000, and obviously many watches more. The thing I noticed immediately was the bracelet. It's one of those comfortable multi-link bracelets which wear on the wrist like a glove. If you own a Streamliner or a Bulgari Octo Finissimo, they feel very similar to this. When you play with the bracelet, it's very fluid and well made, and one of the most important aspects with bracelets, no hair will be pulled while wearing it. The dial seems subtle, but its design is inspired by the play between shadow and light. Layers one over the other to create depth and intrigue. The launch edition embodies the colors of the company with its black dial and red accents underneath. The dial was difficult to make because when you look at the watch side on, it actually looks black, nothing unusual. But as soon as you turn your wrist or the light hits it from below, the red accents pop out. What looks pretty straightforward is actually difficult to make. The dial starts out as a machined brass plate, which is then painted red. Afterwards, the top surface is grinded, so only the edges of it remain red. That's not the end of it though. Afterwards, it's galvanic treated, either in black, midnight blue or coffee black, and a transparent top coating is applied on top of it, to protect the integrity of the color. All of the dials also slightly shimmer since they have a subtle sunray finish once you play around with the light a bit, and it's fun to capture those different angles. Since utility is at the core of the Leica brand, they also included a date window at 3 o'clock on all the models, which merges nicely on the dial and doesn't really stick out. No cost was spared when creating the indexes as well. The indexes are machined milled, not stamped, and there's details on them, a certain type of vertical brushing as you can see here. They also contain superluminova. Each model is equipped with a different color and each of them shines with different intensities. Which one is your favorite? Leica spared no expense when it comes to the movement as well, working together with one of the nicest and skillful guys in the industry, Jean-François Maujon, the master watchmaker and founder of Chronode, a watch manufacturer and developer working on some of the coolest watches in the industry. The caliber LA3001 inside the ZM11 models operates at a frequency of 4 Hz. It delivers an accuracy of -4 to +6 seconds per day, and a great feature for the everyday watch is also the 60-hour power reserve, which comes in very handy. To ensure top-tier performance for what Leica is known for, the ZM11 is tested in 5 different positions. By the way, ZM stands for Zeitmesser, basically time measurer in English. I like the industrial choice of the movement decoration, it's very clean, and I think it's in line with the case finishing as well, something you can also find on Leica cameras. An industrial, smooth matte finish. The winding rotor features the Leica brand name, and the case back cover with the sapphire crystal is inspired by technical gear and lens caps. It features a subtle knurling, staying coherent with the design cues between the camera and watch. We can also find a similar knurling around the screw-down crown, ensuring a robust winding and time-setting grip. What I also found when I was doing some close-up videos of the movement is these dots on the inner side of the glass and under the inscriptions. They basically serve as another subtle design element, created in a gradient from smaller to bigger. Talking about design, every Leica watch so far featured a red dot somewhere. On the ZM1 and 2, it was on the crown, and on the ZM11 it is on the case back. The red button on Leica cameras is the so-called action button. It always has a function. On the cameras, it's used to swap between lenses, so you press it in, rotate your lens and swap it for another one. Here you can see the perfect example of the ZM11 next to a Leica M model featuring the red dot. In the case of the ZM11, it is used to swap straps. It's a proprietary quick change system which allows you to easily switch between straps from the choice of rubber or textile, or you can change to the bracelet, either stainless steel or grade 5 titanium, depends which model you have. I love a good quick change system, it's great for traveling and if you go between different occasions. I really enjoyed this strap of the coffee black model because I really felt like an explorer once I went into the city to take some photos. And the comfortable bracelet is more suitable for heavy duty stuff as well as warmer environments, preventing you from messing up the leather due to sweat or humidity. But as I said, there's also the rubber version which could be used for this as well. The case flows nicely into the bracelet and is actually 41mm in diameter, a very good size, optimal for many wrists. Due to the watch having no lugs, I would say it wears even slightly smaller. I have an 18.7cm wrist, so you can compare it to yours, and I always definitely advise you to go try them on in person. The bracelet and straps are also tapered nicely, so the feel of a big watch isn't really there. And a fun fact, due to this screw-down crown, it's actually water resistant to 100 meters. So don't worry about really using it while out and about. I love photography because you capture a certain moment with a single click of a button. You can revisit it anytime, which brings alive emotions, memories, and sometimes you can even remember what you felt during the exact time. And a mechanical watch also puts you in this exact moment, one beat at a time. Especially in the hectic digital world we live in today, that's what I appreciate. And that's why I also love watches. They make me feel more connected to the current moment. From all the ZM11 models which you've seen today, drop me a comment below and tell me which one you would pick for yourself. The launch edition, the midnight blue or the coffee black version. I'm curious to see the results, and don't worry, there are more cool watches coming from Leica in the future. This is only the beginning. If you want to learn more about these watches, check the link in my description below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you soon.